Hello and welcome back, everyone, to another episode of my Big Fat Journey, where this week, let's go ahead and start off like we always do with the weigh-in, right? But instead of me doing it now, let's go back to this morning. All right, I don't think I'm going to weigh in the 250s, but just in case.
Get ready. 259.8 pounds.
Oh hell yeah, we back in 250s! So, we are back into the 250s, finally. And I don't think I could have been more surprised by that weigh-in if I wanted to be. And it was great. It was really great to finally have that set again, 250s. So we're back to 259.8 pounds, giving us a loss of 3.2 pounds yet again. And we had a 3.2 pound last week, and then 4 pounds the week before, 4.6 pounds the week before. That's 15 pounds in 1 month that we've lost. And that's just great. That is seriously freaking great. I couldn't be happier with these numbers that are coming off. I think I've finally really cracked down on doing this and doing it right. This week, I really did come across a new mindset of where exercise is really coming into play a lot more here at home, where I'm spending at least an hour a day, if not closer to 2 hours a day, of just really trying to do hardcore cardio. And it feels good, but I mean, these numbers are the main drive of it, and really trying to get through this thing as fast as possible, trying to get back to that 250 mark, and considering we're in shooting distance now of our lowest, because the lowest point that we were at was 252.6. That was the lowest point that we were at. We are just 7.2 pounds away from that. If we were to maintain this pace, in about 2 weeks' time, we would be really close to there. But I'm not holding my breath on holding this pace. I think next week we're probably going to drop down to a rate of 2 pounds if we were to maintain. If we were to hold on to these 3 pound losses, I mean, that would be great, but it's not something I'm holding out for. I'm trying to keep the expectations really realistic, and I think a 2 pound loss next week is going to be realistic. But if we were to maintain and we were to hear a 256 next week, that would be absolutely amazing. Like I said, I'm not going to hold out the hope for it, but I'm not going to shoot it down either. I'm just going to continue pushing myself as hard as possible to try and make this happen. And the main thing is that I'm going to do different this week that I feel like maybe I've been struggling on and maybe I've been slacking a little bit on is going to be water consumption. Water consumption has always been something that is big in every single diet, and I don't know that I've been doing enough of it. So I'm going to be really trying to force myself to do another, probably double my water consumption that I normally have been doing. I'm going to be taking it up to at least 8 bottles worth a day and trying to maybe excel it to 10. We'll just have to see. I'm going to have to break out some water bottles that have wider mouths on it, so that way I can just kind of chug them. Like water bottles like this is fine. This is a liter bottle of Chuck Norris water. Why Chuck Norris makes water now, I have no idea. But I'm not going to really argue it. But what I will say is that these mouths on here just do not work for me very well. I like a wider mouth because I'm able to down them a lot faster. I don't really understand it, but I just am. That is what I'm going to try and do this week, is I'm going to try and double my water consumption and see what happens there. So I'm going to keep up the same amount of exercise that I've been doing and just keep on doing this. Just keep it up, because this is great. Also, as I was looking through the numbers again, there's one thing that I haven't flashed back to, but I feel like I kind of need to, and that is the week of February 15th. Was that Valentine's Day? Yeah, so through February 15th, I'm trying to figure this out. So I'm guessing, wow, okay, so that was really bad. I was looking at the time span between January 23rd of this year, where I got down to 267. And then February 15th, I shot back up to 287.8. I completely forgot that I had taken a second break. A lot of this gain, I was blaming on freaking Christmas. But no, I need to blame a lot of this freaking reworking of this gain on whatever I did then. And I need to never do that again. Because I was looking through those numbers again. I went up to 287.8. And that should never have happened. Luckily, we're back down here after 2 months' time. But we would have been a lot better off had we not done that. So that's interesting. So I'm going to have to look back into these archives. That's why I like recording these things. But I want to figure out what the hell happened there. What did I eat that would have equivalated to that much of a weight gain? But also looking at the numbers right now, we have lost a total of 217.8 pounds. That is really freaking cool. I can almost start reclaiming that I've lost 220 pounds again, which is going to be really exciting. And on top of that, we're only 21 pounds left remaining until we're at the goal of 238.8. Yeah, 238.8. We're doing this, and we're doing it great. We really are. So right now, I'm very, very happy with how this is going. And like I said, if we were able to maintain a rate of 3, it's not going to happen. But if we were, I mean, we're 7 weeks out from being done from this. So let's just have some fun. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So 7 weeks out would be Memorial Day, is when everything would be all said and done. Is that going to happen? Like I said, no, it's not. But it is interesting. It's interesting to think about, at least. And then even beyond then, and I'm only taking 1 cheat day, I still have a whole nother month before I go on my summer break from this. Do I think we're going to get below 250 like I wanted to? Absolutely. We're going to get back into the 240s. Do I think it is possible to get down to 238.8? 21 more pounds. Do I think that's possible to do by July? I'm going to say no. I don't think that this is going to happen. Mostly because if you go back to December before I took the break, it was just trickling off. It really was not coming off very well. 0.6, 0.2, and then I had 2.6 pound gain. So I don't know. It's just a little bit tough. It's just a little bit tough to say that, yeah, we could make it when this weight is going to be struggling to come off so much. But yet, at the same time, we do have a newfound drive to do this. I'm exercising more than I did back then. I'm cut down the amount that I'm eating way down. And then if I can figure out if drinking more water is going to help, then, I mean, we're going to be just that much better off. But I'm very, very excited for how fast this is moving. And it has me really, really excited. I mean, seeing that we're almost beneath 20 pounds away from that initial goal is just, it's great. And then beyond that, if we were to want to go all the way to the 250 mark, that'd be an additional 11.2 pounds. That would mean that we're only 32 pounds away from that goal even. It's nice knowing the checkered flag is back to being within view again. It's still on the horizon, but we can see it now. Considering back at the beginning of the journey, when I was like 478.8, right? 477.6, sorry. The checkered flag was nowhere in sight, but we're getting there now. It's really nice to know that there is an end to this and that transitioning into the new lifestyle will be a thing. Because I think that's one thing that people have with diets is they go into them with the expectations that it's going to be really easy and the weight will just melt off and all you have to do is just eat different. But in the process of that, you start to hate that new lifestyle and everything, and you lose sight of the you that you could have. And through this whole thing, because I was so bad, I've gotten little tastes of how life is better being healthier, and it's really kept me going. I mean, something as small as when my stomach stopped touching the steering wheel in the car. I mean, that was huge for me. The idea that I can get on a plane and not have to ask for a seatbelt extender anymore. I mean, that's big for me. It's stuff that a lot of people probably don't think about, that plus size people do have to deal with and feel embarrassed and ashamed about. And it's nice to no longer be in that position and to have those concerns and embarrassing moments, and the fact I can go out and I can buy new clothing. I went back out and they had a clearance section with some like NASA hoodies and whatnot, and they had pants on sale. Guess what? I was able to buy a new outfit, and that's something I couldn't do back then. It's just the little things that just make this so much better. I was deprived of so much. I was in so much pain for so freaking long, and I was looking at a horrible future. And the fact that on this journey I've been able to have those little doses of rewards in ways that I never really thought about happening have really kept me going. And I need to jot this down before I forget about it. But I think that's something that needs to be a case, and something that people need to focus on when they go on weight loss journeys. It's not about the numbers. It's not about eating different. It's about the small victories that you have along the way. If you have chronic foot pain, the pain gets a lot better, that's a victory. It doesn't matter what the weight loss you had up to that point was. If you are starting to feel better, that's a victory. And that already makes the journey worth it. If you go ahead and you have your blood pressure high and then all of a sudden that starts dropping and it stops becoming a concern, that is a victory. I mean, I've become a 180 on the medical scale to the point of where anytime I have a blood check, everything's perfectly nominal. It's great. I'm absolutely happy. It's just been nice having those reminders throughout this, that what I'm doing has just changed my life 100%. And the fact that I'm looking at having to downsize into XLs probably pretty soon. And the fact that I just bought new pants and I might not fit into them yet because they're already going to be too big. You know, it makes me happy. But yeah, I think at this point I'm just kind of rambling. So I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Next week, water consumption's up, and we'll see if the numbers continue to come down. We got this figured out now. We just got to see if we can keep it going. Thank you guys so much for the continued support as always. I will see you guys back here next week. Good night.